Hi there. Well, today is Monday. It's it's a day after the party. It was a real nice party. And I was telling Judy, because Judy couldn't go, I wanted to tell her some things that went on. And something like touched our hearts. And that happened, and of course I didn't get it on film. But anyway, here's the story. I'm going to start with how I told her that. Well, here's a story that happened at the party. I told Judy this today, the day after the party, and I thought I'd make a recording of it. Of course, I didn't get it on film when it happened, but that happens. Anyway, what I had already done was shut down the camera and put it in my car. Came back in, and I was sitting at the end of that dining room table. And Theresa was going to get me a plate of food to take home for Judy, leftovers. So she went downstairs to do that. And meantime, there was a lot of traffic on the staircase. People coming up, people coming down. The party was supposed to be in the basement, but it sort of sprawled out into both levels of the house. And anyway, while I was sitting there watching people coming up and down the stairs, and she had it gated off, so there's like a baby gate there. But TJ, he can go up and down the stairs quite well by himself. He can climb upwards, and then he goes down on his bottom. He sits and goes down and down and down. And me, I have to kind of crab walk it all the way down. I can make it, no problem. So I was sitting there, and people were coming up, and all of a sudden, Avery comes up, and she's crying, and looked like she was upset. And then she ran off to by the sofa set there in the living room, and was sitting on the sofa, kind of laying down on it. And the darndest thing, and this is the cutest thing ever, TJ was sort of by me, and he looks up at me and says, "We should go and see about Audrey, see if we can help Aubrey." And I was like, wow, what a thing, what an amazing thing for a 2.5-year-old boy to have that empathy. So that's what I did. I said, well, you bet. So we stood up and we walked over by the sofa. Meantime, other people came through and they were like, don't even, because she might have been naughty or something. Somebody probably hollered at her. So I sat down on the sofa next to her. She had her head in the pillows there. And I said, "Can I put my hand on your shoulder?" And I put my hand on her shoulder. And there's TJ right in front of me. And I says, "Are you all right?" I says, "I'm sorry you're upset. And are you okay? Did somebody holler at you or get rough with you? Why are you upset?" And she didn't want to say anything. She was just, but she did look up at us, and TJ sitting right there, standing there, and you could see that she appreciated the empathy, especially from him. I would never expected that. It was so amazing. That's why I wanted to leave this little bit of a message to keep that memory. And I tell Judy that, I says, there's all kinds of things in lives, and we've hit some bumps in the road with things that have happened to us, and we're getting through everything. And I said, you have to remember these little precious moments when they ever happen. I always think of when he gave Judy's made French toast, and he stood up on the table. He was only less than 2, and he stood up on the table and started applauding her breakfast. It was so good. He was so enjoying it. And it was like, oh my God, can you see him? And big smile on his face. That is a moment in my heart. Whenever, I don't care what happens to me, I can think of that moment, replay it in my mind, and glee comes over me. The other one was, we were playing hide and seek by their house. It was the first go around too. So him and I go in there like in a kind of walk-in closet. We close the door behind us, and I was like, well, I hope Judy can't find us in here. And he was really excited standing next to me, and all of a sudden the door started creeping open, and Judy sticks her head in there and goes, woo, woo, woo. And he laughed and was so surprised, he just fell down on his dupa. He was that surprised. And he burst into laughter. And we all just had this, and she come in and hugged him and snuggled with him. And there's a moment for you of just pure glee, just pure glee. And whatever happens, and we've been bouncing around. Our mountain brings us a lot of sad times and frustrating times and so forth. But I always say these little moments. So that's why I wanted to put this one. I was so amazed when he said we should go help Aubrey, and I was like, of course we should, and then we did. But I was just amazed. That little fella, wow, he just amazes me. So that's the end of my message on this. All right, bye now.